Throughout 2021, on the first Friday of every month, we've had something to look forward to in a new release of music by pianist Lara Downes. It's all part of her project Rising Sun Music that features works by Black composers. This April's release features music about the springtime. Director of Radio Daniel Gilliam caught up with Downes to talk about music for a time of renewal.
Other than, calling just this music spring music, spring fever, other than grouping it under that category, what do you think? Because I hear spring in this music. What do you hear in this music that feels like spring, or that reminds you of spring, or
I think I hear spring as well. And, what does spring mean? And I think that this year more than any other year, spring means rebirth and new life and new beginnings. And that's just something I've been feeling really intensely. And I think particularly within this sphere of Black music and Black stories, it just felt like a chance to express joy and the future and, being that chance that we get every year to begin again.
The music does have a certain optimism to it. It feels sort of on the bright side. It feels like it's looking forward. Did you hear that or feel that in some of the music?
Yeah, 100%. And it's something that I feel very urgently that I need to do, in my creative work, is to look forward. I think we've been teetering, right? We've been walking this line during this time of all the looking backwards that we need to do in order to understand how we got here. But the looking forward is just so important and so needed.
Well, it's been so hard to look forward because we haven't, we don't know, we've lived sort of week by week, just taking a careful step in front of the other, right?
Yes, but maybe looking is the wrong word, dreaming forward. I'm not sure. I've felt like, this is bigger picture than just the music, but this idea of trying to create a better space, whether that's just in your music or, in the world you live in, like you have to have a certain audacity about that. You have to have a certain ability to just dream something better, and then work towards making it come true, right? That's what we do.
Did you hear some of those ideas or those feelings from these composers that you worked with?
Well, yes. And I think it was just kind of giving voice to the hopeful side of their music, I mean, H. Leslie Adams, his music has always been full of this like purity, this pure expression of beauty. And I really wanted to honor that right now. Leslie's turning 90 and he's had this long life in music, and his music's not as well known as it should be. And his music was probably too beautiful at a time when beauty wasn't valued in classical music, right? I just wanted to feel that. And Jordan Bach, this violist who recorded that music with me, he also felt it so intensely. Just this, oh my goodness, this opportunity to just kind of like bathe yourself in something purely beautiful. And Keru just wrote this piece for me, and that was the start of our conversation, to write something that was, capturing this kind of very tender beginnings of hope, right? This new growth. And then Alvin Singleton's piece for me just kind of expresses transformation and the ability to change ourselves and each other, shift.
Yeah. As you look forward or try to look forward, do you think that for your concert playing side, is that on the horizon, do you think?
Which, hope and beauty?
Well, yes, but also your concert playing, like playing for people.
Oh, is it on the horizon? It is on the horizon.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I have, a calendar that's full of summer festival dates, and I have such a weird relationship to them. I'm so overjoyed. And also, I'm in this kind of state of emotional distancing because I think there's this real PTSD from exactly a year ago, when
Mhm,
everything
mhm.
stopped. And so I don't know. It's just like, when you're waiting for something that you really, really want, but you sort of don't let yourself believe in it,
Yeah, yeah.
that magical negative thinking. Um, but I'm also having this kind of feeling of surprise at how quickly things are changing. Are you having that too?
Yes, I mean, I think, the vaccine has really kind of made things, feel like they're moving faster and faster towards something, different than what we've been living for the past year or so. Um, but like you said, it's one of those things you don't quite believe it yet. You're not really sure, you know. It's like a big life event that's on the horizon or coming up, and you're, until it happens, you're kind of not even sure it exists.
I also feel like this year is bookended with these two quick transitions, but the first one was, just this immediate plummet into grief and despair, right? And panic and fear. I mean, and it was so fast, right? From one day to the next, we were terrified to go to the grocery store. We were terrified to touch the doors of our cars. We didn't know anything except that there was this thing in the air that was going to kill us. I can't even remember what it was like to make that shift so quickly. And now it's a shift that seems fast, and it's just back to what, I don't want to say normal, but it's not anything dramatic, right? It's not like all of a sudden everything's gonna be perfect. It's just we're gonna go
Yeah,
back to what we used to do, like go to the grocery store without worrying. And so I don't know, the emotional roller coaster it's not well balanced. The down was, this is why I hate roller coasters, right? Because the down is so much worse.
yeah,
so much, so much
right.
worse than the climb.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Well, I wonder if your first concert in front of a large, or, large, relatively speaking, group of people will have that kind of immediate effect of, oh wow, this is what it used to be feel like.
That I know, I can promise you that I will cry. I will
Yeah,
cry at some point during that time on stage,
yeah,
because it's been so many buried things, right? All the ways that we've learned to compensate. You set up a camera and a mic in your living room, and you believe, like, you buy into that. You're there, you're fully present. It's a new language, you're communicating to an invisible group of people. I got good at that.
mhm,
I had to train myself to really feel that and be in that. But all of the stuff I've had to just kind of bury about how much I miss being in a room with vibration and
yeah.
cross current. Yeah.
Hmm, hmm.
You can find all of Rising Sun Music's releases and all of Lara Downes' releases on all your favorite streaming apps, and you'll also hear it in a playlist on 90.5 WUOL, Classical Louisville.